Hey, we are back for round two to talk just for really briefly about our classroom expectations. So instead of you going into 7 different classrooms every day and having a different set of rules for every classroom, we have just a common set of expectations. One thing that we kind of think is kind of a mood killer is when there are a bunch of like do nots everywhere all around the school. Do not do this, know this, know that. So we developed together, all the teachers together this summer, just a set of classroom expectations that are really easy to remember, that are super positive for all of us to follow so that we can all be accountable to one another about those things. So you've probably already seen them up in the classroom you're in this morning, but I'm just going to share those with you and talk through them for just a second. This video is kind of super quick because most of this is really self-explanatory. So we came up with the STING acronym. Like everything has an acronym now, which is pretty common in education, but we've come up with PRIDE acronym, STING acronym, SWARM stands for something. So lots of acronyms for us to share. So ours is STING, and it's super simple. Show up, sit up. We want to be actively engaged with each other at all times. And so sitting up and kind of leaning in a little bit shows everybody that like, we're here for the party, like we're ready to go, we're ready to work, and it's a really important executive functioning skill to do that. We have to ensure that we do that in meetings and in any professional environment. So S is show up, be here, sit up, like be ready to go. The second one is T, track the speaker. When someone in class is talking, it's really important to be looking at them, using our eyes to watch them. With masks now, it is particularly important because it's a little bit more difficult to hear. So it's really important to watch the speaker's eyes so that we can kind of read their face in addition to what we're hearing, since we can't see their mouth move. So show up, sit up, track the speaker. I is for initiate your learning, like dive in, be curious, jump in as soon as you can jump in. Don't wait for anybody else to tell you that something has to be done, or you just have to jump through a hoop or do busy work. Like ask questions, dig in, go as far as you can go. In STING acronym is to note key ideas. So one thing we're going to work really hard at doing is always being in a state of note taking and note making, because that's how our brain remembers stuff. I know if I'm in a meeting and I don't actively write things down, even if they're common sense and I think I will remember them, I'm not as engaged in what is going on. So what we want to see is we always want to see you with a writing utensil, pen, pencil, marker, whatever you're writing with, and to actively be writing down things you are hearing or seeing that help you remember and help you know what to do. So that's not something we've done school-wide before, and so this is going to be one that we're really working on.
Please call 5191.
And then G is get here on time. So it is really important to be punctual. It says so much about us as human beings to be on time. I'm really particular. I don't hire people who aren't punctual. Like I ask their former employer, did they show up on time or early? Like I'm not going to hire somebody who can't be on time. It's very important to be on time. It's a life skill. It shows respect for the other people. So when you are showing up on time to family events or to hang out with your friends, you are showing that you value them. By you showing up on time here at school and to your job, you are showing that you value your education, you value the people you work with, you value the other people in that classroom, and that you value their time and you value them as human beings. And I know sometimes we don't think about it that way. We think about being late only impacts us, but being late impacts everyone, because it gives everyone this sense of we must not be very important if they're late. This must not be very important to them if they're strolling in late. So our STING includes getting here on time because it's important and it's something that we're all working on. So show up, sit up, track the speaker, initiate our learning, note key ideas, and get here on time. You're going to see this posted in every classroom. We're all going to be working and learning those things together. and expecting it of one another. I want you to expect it of me if I'm in your classroom. I want you to expect me to be leaning in and ready to hear what's going on and watching who's talking and taking notes in your classroom, and being there in a punctual way anytime that I'm supposed to be somewhere on time. So I want you to help me own those things. I'm going to help you own those things, and we're all going to work together on those. So that's our STING intro. And I think we have one more for today. I hope your first day of in-person school is going really well.